Hi, my name's Georgie from WaterBear. I have been a radio presenter for a few years, and it means that I've interviewed bands and artists, some really good, some absolutely terrible. So I'm here today to tell you how to do a radio interview like a pro. I'm gonna make it really simple for you and just give you 5 tips. So tip number 1 is to get clued up on the different types of radio interview. So it could be live, it could also be pre-recorded, it could be in the studio or in person somewhere in a cafe or something maybe. It could be over the phone, or it could be done via an ISDN line. So what is an ISDN line though? It is basically a snazzy, high quality phone line, which means if someone is up in Leeds, for example, they could do this kind of phone call via ISDN, which will link itself up to a studio in London and sound like they're there in person. So tip number 2 for you is decide who is going to speak. If you're a band, you may only be given 1 or even 2 microphones. Okay, you need to decide who is going to take charge of that interview, who's going to answer majority of the questions. If you do get 2 microphones, just be aware that you're not going to be speaking over the top of each other, okay? And that kind of leads itself to my next tip. Tip number 3, behave yourself. Okay, so it's not all serious. It's just about conducting yourself in the right sort of manner. It's things like don't swear, don't answer one-word answers, don't do private jokes or laugh too much on air, don't turn up drunk. You get what I mean. Behave yourself. An extra little bit of advice for you: if there is something that you don't want to talk about on air, just make sure you tell the presenter or the producer off air first. Number 4, be clued up. The sort of things you need to be clued up on are your upcoming gigs, where they are, what dates they are, when your next album or EP or single is going to be released. If you're the sort of person that just can't keep this in your mind, it's fine, it's radio. You can just have it printed out in front of you. Final tip for you then, tip number 5 is be yourself. By that, I mean be personable, be warm. When you're having a chat with the presenter, yes, conduct yourself correctly, but also treat it like you're having a bit of a chin wag with your mate. That's much more inviting for the listener, and just have fun with it, because if you do, you're more likely to be asked back. A good example of this is Haim. They are brilliant on the radio because they don't take themselves too seriously and they always have fun. And you know what? They always get asked back for interviews. Okay, so now you know how to do a radio interview like an absolute pro. If you have any questions or any comments, please do leave them just down below. And also don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.